can't even tell sometimes that it's working.
There's lights.
No, but I understand that, but I sometimes can't tell that.
Can't hear it.
The sound of it is not really.
Are these
Things on
hand
my hands.
warmers?
Yes. My hands get very cold.
Oh, these are yours. Okay.
Do you need to run to your office?
I'll grab it.
Okay.
You have to go through like a series
And
of.
I didn't take.
How are you doing? Good to see you.
Good to see you.
How are you doing? Good to see you.
See you here today?
Okay, so do we do photos in this one?
Yeah, we can do photos.
Photos
Yeah,
are okay in
photos
this
are
one?
Yeah.
Photos trying to be good. And notice my kippa? This one I have in my car console. And I knew there'd
That's
come
where
a
it's supposed
time.
to be kept. In the glove box.
I knew there'd come a time when I would need a bright pink kippa. And today,
There it is.
today is the day.
There it is. There it is.
Looks like he's lighting a cigar.
How can I help? One of these days I'm gonna make sure that thing disappears permanently.
Probably just as well. This one is a little
Better.
easier to fit.
Yes. Especially when we have like a, Torah. Help me just move the extender back a little
What are we
bit.
trying to do?
I'm just gonna move the table back a bit. That's fine. That's good enough.
The top is floating.
Yeah, I noticed that. There we go. Shut this down.
All right. And the other thing for these blessings, having me hold this is probably the way that it's sitting.
Yes, agreed.
Let's just do
Yeah,
that.
so I think its game plan is Sanctuary, we bring out the baby, then Ine Mato, then Amish Bear for Jill, then I'll do a couple things, and then we're going to call up some relatives, and I'll turn it over to you for...
You have a script?
For naming? I didn't write it out. I can just cue it up.
I mean, for the naming.
Oh, I was just going to use what's in the rabbi's manual.
All right. Do we have that?
Yes. Okay, perfect. And then let me just. It's in here somewhere.
Maybe naming?
Yeah, my problem is
birth.
this is.
Didn't
Yeah,
that
no,
say
I'm
birth?
I'm in the right area. I just have to find the right
Covenantal
page.
naming ceremony. There you go.
I put some things out of order, and that was stupid of me.
Oh, that is the danger of the binders of the.
Yeah, I moved things around. All right, there's for a boy. Here's for a girl. Here you go. Got it.
All right. We don't have any announcements, do we?
We can spare everyone the announcements.
I just want the thing right here. Okay. And let me just do a couple more things, and then we'll get started. before Hine Matov, if you can just do a Baruch haba b'shem Adonai. Or after Hine Matov. Either
Okay,
way.
after he never done.
That works. Yeah, do it after. Okay, cool. Wait, yeah, don't read that part yet.
I wasn't sure if it was maybe Sean still.
No. I took Sean's off. Is our mic on? Okay.
Yes. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. With thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary for you. Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true. And with thanksgiving, I'll be a living sanctuary to you. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, lai, lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Lai, 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 lai. Ma tovu ohalecha tishknotecha Yaakov. Ma tovu ohalecha tishknotecha Yaakov.
Well, thank you all so much for being here as we welcome our third daughter into the covenant of the people of Israel. And we don't go anywhere, Cantor. We're going to need you because otherwise I'm singing. We don't want to upset the baby. And so as we welcome our daughter into a covenant of brothers and sisters, I was hoping we could begin by singing Hine Matov.
הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב, שבת אחים
Haba b'shem Adonai, blessed is she who comes here today in the name of God. And berachnuch mi beit Adonai, we bless you today in the house of God. And we also, I have heard somebody tell me that giving birth and being pregnant is a lot of effort, and that I had it easy. And so we'd love to offer Jill a blessing for healing in her recovery from giving birth to our beautiful daughter. Misheberach avotenu mekol habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Thank you, Cantor, and so honored to have you be a part of our day. You've become, in a very short period of time, a wonderful partner to me here and a wonderful friend, and we're very honored to have you, hopefully for a very long time, as a part of our daughter's stories. And we have here as well this fancy-looking chair, and if I could see the baby for 1 second. Hold on, there we go. This is the chair of Elijah, Zeh Kisesha Eliyahu Hanavi Zachor Latov. And what we learn in our tradition is that every single life has the potential, there's the potential for the Messiah to come in that person's lifetime. And who knows? There's even a chance that this baby here could be the Messiah herself. We don't know. We said the same thing about her older sisters. I don't know. We have a three-nager now, so I don't think that's the case based on what we've seen. But maybe with this one, third time's the charm. And so the blessing of, we have this chair here in hopes that this little girl who comes into our world in a difficult time can help bring about a brighter future. And what we're really doing here today is we remember that the great theologian Martin Buber said that every person born into this world represents something new, something that's never existed before, something original and unique. And it's up to us to know and recognize that this new person is unique in the world, a singular character and personality, and that there's never been anyone like this child before. Because if there had been, there wouldn't be a reason for us all to be here celebrating today. And we have some wonderful people here who are going to be very much a part of this little girl's story. And we would love to invite them up to help us in welcoming her. So one thing, though, that Abba just realized he needs, if somebody who works here can help me out, because I forgot to grab it, is if somebody in the back in the kitchen maybe can grab for us a bowl of water with a little washcloth. That would be great. We'll need that in just a minute. Thanks, Danny. Appreciate it. That is why we invited Danny Berman, because in case, Danny Berman, my fellow dad of 3 daughters right there. But we learn that, somebody's on it, Danny? Perfect, thank you. We learned that light was the first of God's creations. And as light appeared, it brought with it the possibility of all wondrous things to follow. And we too kindle lights of hope, of understanding, of celebration, of countless new possibilities. And this precious child with whom we've already been blessed has already brought a lot of light into our world and into our lives. And may God's radiance continue to shine upon us, and may she grow to be a source of light to all those around her. And may her radiance illuminate the world,
May the light of the Torah and mitzvot shine in her deeds, and may she bring the light of redemption to the world. We read in the Bible, your word is a lamp to my feet, a light for my path. Arise and shine, for your light has dawned. God's radiance shines upon you. May Adonai continue to shine upon you, and God's brilliant presence surround you. And I'd like to invite her uncles who are here, Uncle Ben and Uncle Nathan, to come on up here for lighting these candles. Except I introduced them properly. I should say Uncle Nathan and Uncle Ben, the doctor, as he likes to be introduced. And to light these candles, we got these candles in Spot, Israel. And I see Laura Green here and a number of folks who were on our trip to Israel with us. We got these candles in Israel, and these candlesticks are this baby's great-great-grandfather's Shabbat candlesticks on Jill's side of the family. So if you wouldn't mind lighting those for us. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zocher habrit behadlikat nerot. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who is mindful of the covenant through the kindling of lights.
אור חדש על ציון תשעיר ונזכה כולנו מהרה לאורו.
Thank you. Thank you, Uncle Nathan, and thank you, Uncle Ben Spector, MD. Appreciate you. Thank you. And what we read also, I always tell people my parents had 2 kids, their son the doctor and their son the doctor's brother the rabbi. Anyways, with that, I like what we read in the Torah, that 3 angels appeared at Abraham and Sarah's tent, and as a sign of warmth and hospitality, they welcomed them by washing their feet. And so we're now going to wash this baby's feet as we formally welcome her into the covenant of the people of Israel. May the values of love, of warmth, and of hospitality, which our ancestors, Abraham and Sarah, modeled for us, be ever present in your life. And to help with this, I'd like to call up her big sisters, Miriam and Esty, and Lau and Michelle, if you can help bring them up here, and also her bonus big sister, Yasamine, to help too, and her cousin, Elise, to help with washing the baby's feet. Can you dip this in the water? We say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zocher habrit berechitzat raglaim. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who is mindful of the covenant through the washing of feet. And thank you, big sisters. I know, it's hard being the middle child. All right. And one more little ritual we have before we give this baby a name. This is my talit from when I became a bar mitzvah. It was what I wore when I was ordained as a rabbi, and also it covered our chuppah at our wedding. And so it's been part of many important moments in our lives. And as we come together to welcome this child into the covenant of our father Abraham and our mother Sarah, God said, I will maintain my covenant between me and you and your offspring to come as an everlasting covenant through the ages, to be God to you and your offspring to come. Jill, can you go over here? Do you want to read that with me?
The talit is the embracing symbol of the covenant between God and the Jewish people,
and we are reminded by the mitzvot of the tzitzit on its corners. Today we envelop our daughter into the folds of a talit as a symbol of her entry into our covenant with God and Klal Yisrael. I tell you, my daughter, you are a welcome member of the Jewish people. Today you become the newest leak in the covenant of the people of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam zocher habrit be'atifa b'tzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, who is mindful of the covenant through being wrapped in a garment with tzitzit. And now, because I know my parents and everybody else have been dying to know what this baby's name is, so we're going to make them wait a little bit longer. And we'd love to invite all the grandparents up here to read a blessing as well. So grandparents, come on up. Come on over here. And go ahead. Mom, if you want to read this paragraph.
starting right now.
We are thankful.
We are thankful for the blessing you have bestowed upon us. We have been granted a new grandchild to love. Amen. The start of the next chapter in our family's chronicle. May our grandchild grow up in health and happiness.
Let's see, and Jackie, if you want to take this next paragraph here.
May her dear parents find much joy in the years that lie before them. O God of life, may they raise their child with wisdom and understanding. May they teach her the ways of righteousness, lead her to the study of Torah and the practice of love and kindness.
Sue and Martin, if you want to take the rest of the page.
May we too be granted the joy of seeing her develop all her gifts. May we know the joy of helping her fulfill the best that is in her. May we know the joy of passing on a new generation our values, our stories, and our traditions. Then our prayers will have been answered, and we share in the joy of our children and grandchildren.
Thank you. Amen. And you can stay up here for a moment, grandparents, while we announce the name. And I do want to acknowledge, where did I put the name? I do want to acknowledge that.
I get to make it up.
Our child is so fortunate to have so many wonderful grandparents who love her immensely. We do want to, of course, acknowledge that one grandparent who's here with us in spirit, we know, is John Gregg, her papa, who passed away a few years ago. And what a loving grandparent he was to Miriam, and how important he will be as part of her story. And so we want to acknowledge him as well. And Mom, we're thrilled that you're here and that you brought your new friend Jay with you as well. We're happy to see Jay here and to have this moment for our family to celebrate this joyful moment. Now, you can tell, by the way, I know I have some friends here from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and I had written the name of the baby on one of my business cards this morning, and I cannot find that now, so I just reached into my pocket, and I found a business card for Elder Ahmed Corbett of the General Authority of the 70s. So you can tell Elder Corbett that I'm going to write my daughter's name on that. And all right, Cantor, if you would do us the honors, please, of naming this little girl a name. I'll say first, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam אשר כשם מצוותיו וציוונו להכניסה בעברית עם ישראל. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvah and commands us to bring this child into the covenant of people of Israel with a Hebrew name.
Okay. You're not going to share it till the very moment, huh?
I'm not going to share it till the moment.
Wow. Okay. אלוהינו ואבותינו ואמותינו, קיימת הילדה הזאת, ויקרא שם ישראל. נועה גולדה בת הרב שמואל אליעזר ורבקה. ישמע האב היוצא חלציו, והיגל עמו בפרי בטנה. זאת הקטנה גדולה תהיה, כשם שנכנסה לברית, כן תכנס לתורה ולחופה ולמעשים טובים. Our God and God of our mothers and our fathers, sustain this child through her parents' loving care. Let her be known among our people Israel by the name of Noah Golda, daughter of Sam and Jill. May her name be a source of joy to her and inspire her to serve our people and all humankind. May her parents rejoice in her growth of body and soul as they have brought this daughter into the covenant. So may we, and so may they, with wisdom and patience, lead her to a life filled with Torah, the blessing of learning and community, with chuppah, a loving relationship worthy of God's blessing, and ma'asim tovim, the pursuit of good deeds. And together we can all say, Amen.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And grandparents, you can go have a seat if you like. And we're going to share with you a little bit about this name that we chose. So one of us likes doing public speaking and hearing the sound of their own voice. And
This is meant Wojcik.
and one of us really does not like public speaking. So Jill, go ahead. So today is truly a wonderful day for our family as we bring our third daughter into the covenant of the people of Israel. In the Netflix documentary on Blue Zones, they revealed that men who have daughters typically live longer. At the same time, scientists have said that they believe that the first person who will live to be 150 has already been born somewhere in the world. I now believe that I am that man. Now, we decided to name our daughter Noah Golda for several reasons. We had named our middle daughter Esther because she was born at a time of rising anti-Semitism, and Esther was in the Bible a woman who, despite living assimilated in the diaspora, stood up for her people in a time of rising anti-Semitism. We want our daughters' names to be calls to action. Since Esther's birth, the situation for the Jewish people has only gotten more difficult, especially with the events of October 7th, 2023, and the subsequent war. We wanted to give our daughter a strong Zionist name for the times we are living in. Biblically, Noah was one of the daughters of Zelophehad, who I find to be the most relatable person in the Torah, as he was a fellow member of the X-Men, people who are capable of having only daughters. And when Zelophehad died, having no sons, some of you are just getting that. When Zelophehad died, having no sons, there was nobody to inherit his estate. Noah and her sisters went to Moses and advocated for themselves, for their father, and for women everywhere, saying that their father's estate should not go to waste. God and Moses conferred and changed the rule so that in the cases of Zelophehad's and Sam Spector's everywhere, their daughters would inherit their estate. We hope that Noah will be a person of courage, who is not afraid to speak out and take action. Oh, and by the way, in case you're wondering how to spell Noah, because in English you often see Noah as a boy's name, in Hebrew it's a very common girl's name in Israel, and it's spelled Noa. Action has also a lot to do with her name. Noah means movement, and this girl was born into a family just for that. By her big sister Miriam's 4th birthday this June, Miriam will have traveled to over 20 countries. We hope that Noah lives up to her name and is always curious and exploring. Now, as I mentioned, this past year and a half has been very hard on the Jewish people. We are thrilled to add to our numbers with another daughter. Over the past year and a half, we have seen many brave women step forward courageously, speaking out for what is right over what is popular. 3 of these women have been named Noah. The actress Noah Tishby, who has used her platform to combat anti-Semitism and delegitimization of Israel. Noah Kirel, the singer who represented Israel in the Eurovision competition with her song Unicorn. Shout out to Univision. Uncle Nathan's a big fan. And Unicorn is about being proud of being Jewish. And finally, Noah Argamani, whose kidnapping by Hamas terrorists on October 7th was seen around the world and who was bravely rescued by IDF soldiers in a daring operation. When being rescued, Noah Argamani asked first and foremost if her terminally ill mother was still alive, and they did not leave her mother's side for the next few weeks until she passed. Since then, Noah Argamani has been one of the leading voices calling for the liberation of her fellow hostages. We hope that our Noah will one day use her voice, as these other women have as well, to stand up for what is right and to advocate for her people. In that same vein, we chose as Noah's middle name Golda. Golda means bright or golden in Yiddish. Now, when you're naming a baby, a lot of family members put pressure on you for name it this or name it that. A name that we know that her Zadie very much loved is Claire. And Claire, I believe, is your mother's middle name, and also just a name that you like as well. While Claire is a French name, and we wanted to give our daughter a Hebrew name, Claire means brightness, and Claire means bright. It's where the word clarity comes from. And so it was for this reason, as one of that we found a Yiddish or Hebrew equivalent with Golda. This name, of course, too, was the name of Golda Meir, the first female prime minister of Israel, who had been one of 2 women to sign the Declaration of Independence of the Jewish state. Previously, Golda Meir had been an elementary school teacher in Wisconsin, where Noah has some family, and a kibbutznik, a diplomat, and a fundraiser, without whom we likely would not have a Jewish state today. We hope that our Noah Golda will be inspired by Golda Meir's bravery and leadership, and will be a leader for our people. Finally, I want to tell my daughter that she is entering a home of very strong women and a very outnumbered man. Her big sisters, Miriam and Esty, have shown so much love and excitement already. Her bonus big sister, Yasemin, is the bravest woman I've ever met in my life. Having them made me so excited to have a 3rd daughter. We often say in my community that there's a special name for a man who has all daughters, and it is lucky. As I know the 3 of you will fight a lot, being through, all within a couple years of age, I know that you'll also ultimately count on each other as best friends. And I also want to acknowledge your mother, Jill. Jill, you have given me the greatest joys of my life. I am forever indebted to you for this. You've given me more than I deserve. And this pregnancy was by far your toughest, but you endured all of it in order to give us this wonderful blessing. I love you immensely and hope that all of our daughters will inherit so much of who you are, which is why you mean so much to me. And I know that we have some other folks who are going to say a couple words. We're very honored. I'm so honored to look out here and just see friends, wonderful friends from our community, wonderful friends from our personal life. Also, we have some distinguished guests here as well who I see. I see we have the president of the University of Utah here, Taylor Randall. President Randall, great friend of ours. And President, I hope that our daughters are kinder to their parents than I was to my parents and stay in state for college. We would be all three of our daughters were born at the University of Utah, and so we are very much hoping that they are Utes one day. I think that the next Jewish quarterback for BYU isn't going to come from my gene pool, so University of Utah it is. We also have a number of friends here from the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I see Elder Martinez from the General Area Authority 70. I see President and Sister Zanger as well from the Canyon Rim State, and also Elder Sister Lansing as well. Wonderful from the host committee of the church. Wonderful to have you all here. And I see the mayor of our daughter's hometown of Mill Creek, Mayor Silvestrini here. Wonderful to have you here, Mayor. My daughter Miriam wants to talk with you afterwards because she's gotten very into Paw Patrol, and she said, I want to talk to the mayor. It's a big deal in Paw Patrol. But we're very proud that while we love Salt Lake City, we're very proud that our daughters will say that their hometown is Mill Creek, Utah. So, also I see my friend John Friedman here from the CEO of the World Trade Center, and a couple of folks here. I apologize if I'm missing folks. It's not meant to be disrespectful. There's so many of you, and just try and name people as I see them. But we're so honored to have you all here. I'd love to invite up a couple friends as well who are here. We are very honored to have two very close friends of mine. One being the president of the Utah Senate, President Senator Stuart Adams is here, my travel buddy as well, as we've gone to Israel and the UAE together. And also the pride of Farron, Utah, my really dear friend Mike Maurer, senior advisor to the governor, to Governor Spencer Cox. And love to invite them up for a moment.
Well, we are excited and honored to be here. You have heard a lot take place as she's accepted into the Jewish community. Well, almost as important is being accepted into the Utah community. So she will be an official Utahn, and we're so excited to have her here. The two of us will share this proclamation. Whereas Governor Spencer J. Cox and Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson and President Adams have been advised of the birth of Noah Gold the Spector, born February 4th, 2025, and
whereas they wish to congratulate Noah's parents, Jill Suzanne Spector and Rabbi Samuel Louise Spector, and her sisters, Miriam and Esther, on this important event.
whereas Jill Suzanne Spector and Rabbi Samuel Louis Spector's service to the state of Utah has been a blessing. May their third daughter be a blessing to them.
Now therefore, be it proclaimed throughout the state of Utah that the governor and the lieutenant governor offer best wishes to Noah for a happy and healthy life.
And this is by order of the governor, Spencer J. Cox, Lieutenant Governor Deidre Henderson, and President Stuart Adams of the Utah State Senate. On behalf of the entire state of Utah, we are so thrilled to have another Spector among us.
And I wish to offer my personal congratulations. I am the father of 4 daughters. So I will challenge Sam on this 150-year event.
So I wasn't going to tell you this, President Adams, but this was a strategic move as my stepping stone to becoming president of the Utah Senate one day. So watch out.
I can be replaced.
And may I add that I am also a father of 4 daughters. It's a very Utah thing. So.
And I have a great friend. Nothing's more important in my life than God, family, and friends. And Rabbi Spector and Jill, you're great friends. Thank you for being such a great asset to Utah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, my friends. Appreciate you a lot. You are wonderful friends. Oh, we do need a a Mike Mauer selfie or else
All
it
right.
didn't happen.
Really quick, everybody.
That is Utah law.
That's gonna get a lot of likes.
And nobody does selfies like Mike.
Everybody knows that. Thank you. Wait, Mike, you gotta stay up here for 1 minute though. Jill just told me to do this. So nobody has known our daughter's name, except for Mike, by the way, for each of our daughters. It's been a secret. Not even our parents have known, or anybody. We tell Mike, and he generously gets this proclamation for us. And so for each pregnancy, Jill and I have not known until birth if we're having a boy or a girl. I've known it's going to be a girl because I'm only capable of making girls. But we haven't known until the moment of birth, which has meant that we have had to come up with a boy name and a girl name each time. And this is going to be our final child, we have decided. And so we have each time had to come up with a girl name. And we've had this poor boy name for 4 years now that never got used. And people have been asking, what was it? So we are now going to announce too, the boy name that was never to be. And Mike has said to us over and over again, if it's a boy, name it Michael. And the truth was, we were excited to share with you that the name we had chosen was Michael.
Well, what a good
And not only for Mike Mauer, but also for Jill's grandfather, Mike, as well.
There are a few of us.
There's one or two Mikes out there, and the middle name was going to be Amichai, which is Hebrew for my people live. But we had all girls, so we will send that name off into the
Save it for
universe.
grandchild.
Exactly. So when Mike has another son, he can name him Michael Amichai. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you. And I know John Mertens, our president of our board, also is going to share a few words before we conclude.
Well, thank you very much. And unfortunately, I did not get an advance copy of the name, so I was not able to write a speech laying out a few mild ambitions for baby Noah. So instead, I will offer on behalf of the board and the congregation a few small words of congratulation to Dr. Spector's brother and his family.
Thank you.
So, about 7 years ago, we had you here on an interview. We had a rabbi with a girlfriend at the time, and we hired this rabbi and your girlfriend, moved here to join us, and very shortly thereafter, and I'm sorry I'm not wearing it because I have one, a kippah from that wedding that looks an awful lot like the one that's on your head, Rabbi. And there was so much happiness about that in the community, and then you have really grown and strengthened our Jewish family, our community here at Kolami, and at the same time, you have been growing and strengthening your own family with a wonderful wife and 3 beautiful daughters, including this baby Noah. So congratulations to you, Rabbi. Congratulations to you, Jill. It's been great to watch your family grow.
Thank you, John. You're a great friend. We appreciate you, buddy.
Thank you.
So as to conclude, and by the way, I want to thank, I always like to acknowledge our staff. A lot of them worked hard to put together today. Danny Berman, and I know Galit Livney worked really hard as well. And see William over there, he did some catering for us, so there's going to be some food and the Klesbros, some klezmer music afterwards. And I see Tracy Plotkin back there too. It's wonderful to have you all here. Hope I'm not missing staff. I saw just a few minutes ago Cantor Loeb, also our wonderful Cantor Emeritus, who's been such an important part of our story. But with concluding with how you always know you're at a Jewish baby naming as opposed to a Latter-day Saints baby naming is there's a bit of wine at ours that we give to our kid. It's been around for 12 days. That's enough word of wisdom time, I think, that she can. We have here a Kiddush cup that was given to Jill at her bat mitzvah, and that we used at our wedding. And for each of each of our daughters' baby namings as well. Some of you saw me pull in here after you. That's because I left it at home and I ran home to get it because it's very special to us. And so we'll take a little bit of this and put it right on your lips here, little Noah, so that you can taste the sweetness of it and always know sweet moments in our community. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
And since this is also the first mitzvah, or ours fulfilling there, we would love to have a blessing of Shechianu Cantor of you, which thanks God for giving us life, enabling us, and helping us, sustaining us to reach this moment.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה.
To conclude with is giving all three of my daughters a blessing. May you, Miriam, Esther, and Noah, daughters of Israel, be known as patient like Sarah, gracious like Rebekah, nurturing like Leah, loving like Rachel, devoted like Ruth, dignified like Naomi, faithful like Miriam, determined like Tamar, strong like Esther. May those who experience you think of you as heroic like Judith, wise like Berea, compassionate like Emma Lazarus, assertive like Golda Meir, courageous like Hannah Sinish, and ever hopeful like Anne Frank and Noah Argamani. And we would like to conclude, Cantor, if you wouldn't mind giving this newest baby of our people the oldest blessing in our tradition. I know we have a lot of Christians here. It's actually the oldest blessing in Christianity, too. It dates back over 3,000 years. It's found in the Torah. It's called the priestly blessing.
יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך ויחונך, יישא אדוני פניו אליך וישם לך שלום.
And he writes some Mazel Tov.
Simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, mazel tov, mazel tov, simmen tov, yehelanu, 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 olecho Yisrael, yehelanu, yehelanu, olecho Yisrael.
Thank you for coming and celebrating with us. Please come join us next door for a little bit of a lunch and some klezmer music. Thank you all for being here. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Happy Friday.
She stayed asleep.
I know. She did great.
Yes, a cut above the rest.
Yes, she has it easy, that's for sure.
So,
Thank you so much.
of course, that she's a blessing for you and the whole people of Israel, and that her sisters
I hope you feel our
come to
commitment
love
to
and
you.
Oh, I sure do. We want to be here forever. This is the president. He's in charge of
Good to see you again.
whether to renew me or not. So
Right.
I'm telling him I want to stay here.
Well,
Yeah.
we love Rabbi Spector.
The feeling is mutual. You are such a great friend. We are so honored that you came. Thank you.
I'll let you write Utah State Senator. You feel better.
Yeah.
Okay,
What's your middle initial though?
My first name is James.
Oh,
James.
so it's J. Stewart after.
J. Bass.
There you go.
So, and I need, if you would, I want the biblical references to daughters.
Yeah, I will. I
And to
will.
know.
The Slovahan. I'll send that to you.
I really want that. So,
Yeah, and so between you, and Mike being the three speakers that stood up here, pretty sure our daughter's going to grow up Republican now.
well,
Right?
I hope you feel our commitment.
I do. You are the best friends.
Tears in my seat.
I know you've been amazing, beyond amazing.